And on the foreign scene, Hamas attacks trigger exodus of foreign farm workers from Israel. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. In an effort to bring solace to the distressed and serve as a beacon of hope to the downtrodden, Anambra State government, led by Governor Chukwuma Soludo, has hosted and celebrated the elderly, the vulnerable, and people living with disabilities in the state. All magnate and philanthropist Prince Engineer Arthur Eze, who turned 75 recently, was also celebrated at the event. We have details from our studio.
The occasion commenced with an interdenominational church service officiated by the Archbishop, Province of the Niger, and Bishop, Diocese of Awka, Most Reverend Alexander Bezim. Governor Soludo, in his speech, emphasized that Anambra State government, under his leadership, will continue to care for the weakest in the society. He said that Anambra State government is striving to have a state with zero poverty, noting that all the policies, including palm and coconut economy, free education, tax exemption for the vulnerable, taking development to the abandoned areas in the state, and creating job opportunities, among others, are geared towards intentional agenda, and noted that celebrating Prince Eze at the occasion was for his commitment to humanity all through his life.
It's good to celebrate our people, the best amongst us, when they are alive. Also, Ibondo, God has blessed you, and you have been a blessing to humanity. Also, Ibondo, you've lived a life of impact. You've touched lives, the weak, the poor, the vulnerable. If I summarize it, you've lived a life of charity and philanthropy. And also, you have lived a life for God.
Speaking during the service, Archbishop Ibezim commended Governor Soludo for the thoughtful initiative to celebrate the elderly and the downtrodden. He also commended the governor for celebrating Prince Eze, whom he said has committed his life and wealth to the service of God and humanity.
I said, God, thank you, because governance has to do with relationship. And because this government have done this, I stand in this altar today to declare that it shall be well with this government. I didn't hear a good amen. Because when you honor an elderly man, God will surely honor you.
Prince Eze, in a response, commended Governor Soludo's leadership style and assured him of his continued support. He appreciated the gesture of celebrating him and promised greater commitment to the service of humanity and to the development of Anambra State.
I'm very happy to be here. I've never seen this type of thing in my life. And I didn't know this type of thing will happen in my lifetime. Governor, the God that created is a great God. Support anybody who is in power. God gives power. I don't know what to say. How can I thank this type of people?
The service attracted church leaders from all denominations, including the Catholic Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo. Bags of rice and cash gifts were shared to all the elderly and vulnerable and those living with disabilities who attended the event. Cutting of birthday cake by Prince Eze, flanked by Governor Soludo, bishops, and other top dignitaries, climaxed the event.
The traditional ruler of Omo community in Ayamelum local government area, Igwe Chris Chidume, says it will be a good thing if wealthy in the Anambra are home and in the diaspora we combine effort to modify Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, into a better modern media outfit. The Omo monarch stated this when ABS team, led by the managing director of the station, paid him a courtesy visit in his palace in the community. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Chidume during the visit, while assuring his personal support and partnership with the ABS, promised that his community Omo will also build and sustain cordial relationship with the station to showcase to the world the culture, tradition, and what Omo community has to offer, especially in food production through agriculture. The traditional ruler used the opportunity to commend Governor Chukwuma Soludo on his various efforts towards enthroning a better Anambra, calling on him to, as a matter of urgency, come to the aid of Ayamelumo Council area, especially in the area of road infrastructure, for easy evacuation of their farm produce, disclosing that Ayamelumo, Omo in particular, can feed the entire state and more.
Gozi akọọlụ n'egbe mgbasa ozi ka ụwa mmalite dị na Anambra, ụwa mmalite dị mma si Anambra pụta asị Chukwu ka ọ na-egozi unu n'okwu na-egozikwa unu ezinụlọ unu dị iche okwu na ajọ mmadụ ndị ajọ mmadụ ka asị Chukwu bụrụ anyị fa onye agwọ ka ọta na anị ya ka m gọọ n'isi unu ka m na-agụ n'isi ndị ọmụọ ọ gabara anyị bụ ọmụọ ọ dị mma mmepe ọmụọ ka ọmụ na-achụ mgbe niile otu ga-eme ka ọmụọ dị ka ibie dịka obodo nwere afọ dịka obodo nwere mmeghe asụrụ Chukwu ọla ya ozi a ka ya n'otu gị bụ Chukwu ma anyị bụ ụmụ gị ta ya n'iberibe ka ọ zụọ arụ ọzọ mkpụrụ obi ebe aka asị onye nwanyị.
Speaking earlier, the managing director of ABS, Sachido Obidiegu, who described the Omo monarch as one of the revered traditional rulers in Anambra, emphasized on the need for his likes to come forward and assist ABS to take the station to an enviable height. He explained that the administration of Professor Soludo is targeting at achieving a media organization that is responsibly, professionally, and profitably managed, hence the need for the people's partnership.
I want it to be embossed and etched on the sand, of history. You were one that was able to nudge me on to success. I know and I believe that you have the capacity, that you have all that it takes to help us succeed in areas. There are several ways you can do that for us. Sponsorship of programs, have events that we do that we can also have some of your brands help us, sponsor. In ABS, we have plans to have an event center. Again, an investor who will provide the land, and then the investor will put up an event center which will be the best in Anambra, because when you have that event center in ABS, whenever you have any event, we will project the event for you. In fact, by the way, we can live stream your event right there as it's happening, and you will be seen at ABS. I'm not sure that there's any event center that can provide that.
In a vote of thanks, a member of the team, an ABS legal officer, Barrister Juliet Amasiato, appreciated the Omo traditional ruler for accepting to partner ABS, assuring him that he will not regret his decision. Also part of the team were the acting director of news and current affairs of the ABS, Mrs. Judy Jeff Nwabweze, and Abuchinwoz of the news and current affairs department. From Omo in Ayamelum Council area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
The regime of the one-time governor of Anambra State, late Dr. Chinwoke Mbadinuchu, has been described as one of the best things that had happened to the state since its existence. This was the reactions of a cross-section of people on the life and times of the late Dr. Mbadinuchu during a state funeral mass organized by the state government in honor of the deceased at the International Convention Center, Agoka. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Presenting Anambra Central Senatorial District at the Red Chambers, Senator Victor Ume and his Anambra North counterpart, Senator Tony Nwoye, described late Dr. Mbadinuju as a man of the people who served the state meritoriously and achieved a lot for the people, regretting that people seem not to be seeing his various achievements for the state in security, infrastructure, and others because of the problem he had with the Labour Congress during his tenure, which led to one-year strike and called on people to have a rethink, as no man is perfect.
At least he left behind things we remember him for. He had a good mind. Even after leaving office, he remained non-controversial. Pray God to give us the type of spirit that he had, a spirit that was not vindictive, so that we will be able to do our own modest best.
It was well known to me. He saw me and treated me like a younger brother as a son. As he said, he did his best within his ability. The Anambra, may Almighty God grant him eternal rest. And we, the younger ones, should be able to live up to expectation.
For the State Commissioner for Industry, Mr. Christian Udechukwu, immediate past senator representing Anambra Central at the Senate, Senator Uche Ekwunife, Vice President of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide, Chief Damian Okeko Ogene, apart from significant achievements in security and abolition of godfatherism in Anambra political sphere, late Dr. Mbadinuju administration made an indelible impact in the state, including the establishment of the Anambra State University, now Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, establishment of Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, building of Dr. Alex Ekweme Square, Oka, among others, and called for his immortalization as one of the heroes of the state.
He lived a life of excellence and he served the state very well. And for that reason, this event, the state funeral, is being held to say thank you to Dr. Mbadinuju. We, the people of the state, thank him very much for a service and life of excellence.
Contributing, the President General of Mpo Community, Chief Emeka Mbaga, and Chairman of Oka Youth, Home and Abroad, Mr. Ike Chukwuezenwa, said that people of Anambra will not forget the huge achievements of the late Dr. Mbadinuju, encouraging leaders at all levels in the state to learn from his good leadership style as well as his mistakes for a better Anambra, even as they commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo for remaining focused since assumption of office and encouraged him to maintain the tempo. From International Convention Center in Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
Ahead of the Yuletide and in support of Governor Chukwuma Soludo's grassroots development program, the Great Orumba South Solution Team, under the leadership of the Transition Committee Chairman of Orumba South Local Government Area, Prince Neville Uchendo, has embarked on palliative repair of roads in Orumba South Local Government Area, beginning from North Ija community. Correspondent Joseph Ebota reports that flagging off the exercise at Eke Market North Ija, the Transition Committee Chairman of Orumba South Local Government Area, Prince Uchendo said the gesture is a way of giving back to the society and appreciating God for gifting the area with human and other resources, calling on people from the area who are in the diaspora and or doing well elsewhere to remember that actually act as a truly no place like home. His report.
He recalled the hardship he experienced, which the community members live with, saying that the sad experience on North Ija Road and laudable projects of some groups in North Ija community, including construction of gutters and ultra-modern market, influenced his decision to commence the road work in North Ija. Prince Uchendu said he will be donating the machines needed for the job to ensure that each of the 15 communities in the area will benefit from the gesture. He commended Governor Soludo for linking Orumba South local government area with the state capital, adding that with over 16 kilometers of ongoing road projects in the area, Orumba South is the highest beneficiary of the Soludo administration so far and promised to be monitoring the road projects.
The donation of this machine, they will palliative works in all my communities. All the little I can do now, I'm still requesting for your prayers so that
Anambra State Commissioner for Works, Engineer Ifeanyi Okoma, represented by Engineer Obi Okafo, said the palliative work is truly in support of Governor Soludo on rural development and called on other TC chairmen to emulate Prince Uchendo.
Because all I saw, you see that you know this time now almost all the roads in Anambra, you can easily access any community job.
In his remark, the member representing Orumba South constituency in the Anambra State House of Assembly, Engineer Imanwafo, represented by Mr. Balak Ofo, said the event marks a change of history in North Ija community, just as the leader of President General in Orumba South local government area, Dr. Sam Ogwabaka, said the gesture is a way of supporting Governor Soludo to affect lives in their communities, narrating the hardship the community faces over poor road network and efforts of members of the community. The traditional ruler of North Ija, Igwe Clifford Okeke, and another North Ija community leader, Chief Innocent Nwankwo, thanked Governor Soludo and Prince Uchendo for keeping their promises to fix roads in the area, adding that the community has no regrets in supporting APGA government in the state. The event attracted Urumba South leaders of thought, top politicians, religious organizations, traditional rulers, presidents general, among others. From North Ija in Urumba South local government area, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
Dotland Property Development Limited, a unique player in Nigeria's real estate investment sector, has unveiled and laid the foundation of her new estate, Paradise City in Ugwagidi. Paradise City Estate is part of the company's groundbreaking initiative aimed at helping investors discover high-yielding real estate investment opportunities, focusing on capital gain and passive income. Correspondent Chibuzo Obirike has details.
Groundbreaking ceremony, which took place in Enugu-Agede, Njikoka Council area of the state, attracted top government functionaries, reputable real estate companies, business associates, youths, and captains of industries. They all converged on the town to witness and key into the opportunity. The Paradise City Estate, 4,400 plots of land designed to meet the housing needs of its investors. Each plot is sold at an affordable rate of 3.5 million per plot during the period of its promo. Speaking at the groundbreaking event, the managing director of Dotland Property Development Limited, Mr. Emeka Ayadubalo, described the company's latest project as a milestone with many benefits for investors and individuals, while expressing its commitment to helping many to become property owners. Mr. Ayadubalo assured that in no distant time, the rate of appreciation of the investment will be very rapid. He lamented the loss of investment Ndibo have recorded in different parts of the country and called on them to return their investment home, as Governor Chukwuma Soludo has shown commitment to secure all businesses and investments made in the state.
But one thing I want to assure each and everybody that's here is that Dotland Property, we keep to our words. Any person investing here, the assurance I can give is that we are going to witness unprecedented growth, return on investment, because that's the key.
Commissioning the project, the chairman on the occasion and the managing director of Anambra Broadcasting Service, Sachido Obidiegwu, revealed that housing is a necessity for every individual and is a major part of the agenda of Governor Soludo administration. He assured that the present administration will ensure that the dream of the state citizenry to own a house is largely achieved, and commended Mr. Ayadubelo for yielding to the call of the state government to invest in the state and for finalizing all necessary documents and regulations through government agencies and the ministry.
Because what you have here is simply unencumbered. You've seen the man from Enugu-Agede. His presence here goes to speak to the fact that the land we have here is unencumbered.
The managing director, Anambra State Housing Development Corporation, Mr. Chike Ayono, represented by a senior special assistant to Governor Soludo on housing, Mr. Eni Ongumeru, while laying the foundation stone of the estate, expressed happiness with Dotland Property Development Company Limited for keying into the vision of the present administration in the housing sector. For the President General of Enugu-Agede, Mr. Chukwuebuka Onuora, who spoke through the publicity secretary of the community, Mr. Chidozie Igwongu, endorsed the property as genuine as it was acquired with the consent of the Enugu-Agede community. From Enugu-Agede, Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
Media practitioners have been asked to fully deploy investigative skills as a tool to ensure that people entrusted with responsibilities deliver for the good of the masses. Joseph Ebocha has details.
keynote speech at a one-day conference organized by the Anambra State Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, the pioneer governor of Rotary International District 9142, Dr. Man Udabe, noted that despite the observed challenges, investigative journalism still has a role to play in driving sustainable development, reason he asked practitioners to take precautions and work together in order to minimize risks, as well as equip themselves with research skills, critical thinking ability, and knowledge of the law. Dr. Udabe noted interferences such as influence of media organization proprietors and the highly regulated media space, as well as other challenges facing investigative journalists, but said the work must be done in the interest of the masses.
Investigative journalism still remains crucial in upholding transparency and accountability. And you journalists and news organizations must take precautions and learn to work together in order to minimize the risks and protect the well-being of those of you who will be bold enough to venture into investigative reporting.
Earlier in his opening remark, the chairman of the event and head of mass communication department, Paul University, Oka, Dr. Zubike Nkala, commended the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Anambra State Council, for organizing the educative program and for doing what he termed thankless job, which in turn propels democracy.
The issue of investigative journalism places the journalists in a very troubled waters in Nigeria.
In their separate remarks, the Anambra State Council chairman of the NUJ, Dr. Emeka Odogu, and the chairman of the Conference Planning Committee, Oba Ewa, said as a counterbalancing power, investigative journalism plays crucial role in promoting accountability and enables citizens have access to information and means to advocate for their concerns. They called for effort to ensure that the media contribute in improving accountability, transparency, and rule of law in governance.
There is need for partnership between the judiciary, executive, and the legislature with the media for a better society. The essence of journalism is to project the society for a better living, a prosperous state. How can we do that when we don't know what you are doing and how you are doing them? Today is a good day, a good beginning. We have a strong partnership. We want more from all the arms for a better society. That is what we are asking for. We're not asking for more than that.
The conference with the theme, Investigative Journalism, Leadership, Accountability, and Stewardship for Sustainable Development, attracted public servants and some members of the Anambra State Executive Council, including the Chairman, Board of Trustees of the Anambra State Security Trust Fund, Chief Chidi Anyebu, represented by the Executive Secretary, Mr. Daniel Ofoneme, Anambra State Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odemegu, his Budget and Economic Planning counterpart, Mrs. Chiamaka Nnake, who took turn to give account of their stewardship. In Oka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
On the morning of October 7, Hamas fighters streamed into the quiet lanes of Kibbutz Alumin, setting off a rampage of killing and destruction. Most of the victims in the community were not Israeli or even Jewish, but they were Thai and Nepali farm workers sleeping in a dormitory right in the militant path. Some of the men are limped, others were pushed. Flanked by gunmen, the men were marched to their deaths. Among the more than 1,200 victims of the Hamas attacks, Thais make up the largest group of foreign nationals. Most were workers on agricultural sites close to the perimeter fence that separates Israel from Gaza. Hamas freed a group of 10 Thais taken hostage on Friday, but others remain captive. The violence has set off an exodus of foreign workers from Israel, with some 10,000 farm workers estimated to have left since October 7th, according to the Israeli government. For Israel's dairy and agricultural farms, that has posed an almost existential problem. Dairy cows need milking several times a day by specially trained staff, while the past weeks have been the harvest window for many crops. Without hands to work on the farms, crops and animals would have been left to die. Volunteers from across Israel have stepped in to prop them up, but much-needed foreign workers are still yet to return. And farmers fear that without guarantees of security, the future of Israeli farming near Gaza is impossible. 38 new members have been inducted into City Sports Club Amobia Oka South Council area. The new members who were admitted in a ceremony at the club premises cut across gender and social strata. Paul Ezoke has details.
Addressing the inductees, the president of the club, Dr. Ifeanyi Ezobi, assured them of enjoying rights and privileges in the club while urging them to participate actively in physical and other activities of the club to enjoy the inherent health benefits, noting that they have all necessary facilities to reduce stress and promote healthy living. He thanked members and patrons of the club for their support and contributions towards upgrading their facilities, assuring that more projects will be initiated soon.
This club is a place where we need to put in order, or a place of retirement for most of us, a place of relaxation for some of us that are still in active service, a place where you develop yourself to a level that you don't know that it's possible for you to achieve.
In his speech, the chairman of the occasion and former head of service, Anambra State, Barrister Harry Odo, commended the club for the remarkable success and achievements recorded so far and urged the members to sustain tempo of progress and development, reminding the inductees that the club offers opportunity for self-development.
You'll be doing yourself a great service. Every day in the office, you must unwind. There are any two ways about it. Even with that tension, no. Anything can happen in the night. When you come here and unwind, you are renewed, so to say. You are rejuvenated. So what's important? I want party they come. They come. They're also looking, because your wife is automatically a member of the club.
Speaking later, the chairman induction committee, Sir Emma Okafor, expressed satisfaction with the success of the induction ceremony and was optimistic that the new members would easily key into the activities of the club and contribute towards repositioning it to meet increasing demand for relaxation and recreation.
That's where you come and use your attention. Get your head through physical exercise. You come here and play table tennis, lawn tennis, and other things. Your health will be coming down.
In their separate reactions, some of the inductees, including a former member that represented Urumba North in the State House of Assembly, Mr. Romanus Obi, Mr. Kingsley Okoye of the Nigerian Red Cross Society, and Mr. Emeka Imeli, thanked the club for finding them worthy to be members and assured of their readiness to participate actively in club activities. The inductees were later presented with certificates. From Amobia in Oka South Council area, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
Having survived the tragedies of losing his father at the tender age of 4 and 2 years later lost his mother and siblings to food poisoning, the late Nze Josiah Nwankwo Oti Nzekwe has died at the ripe age of 90. Correspondent Joseph Abota reports that the Nzekwe patriarch from Amokwe village Enugu quarters, Umuawolo, Okasa local government area of Anambra State, had his funeral ceremony turned into a carnival of sorts, as his children said his life on earth was that of uncommon grace. His report.
As overheat, the late Pa Nzekwe was born in 1933 and was said to have lived life characterized by generosity, kindness, dignity, and love, since he realized that God's watchful eyes were on him from birth. During a service held in his honor at St. Mark's Anglican Church, Umuawolo, the Archbishop, Province of the Niger, and Bishop of Oka Diocese, Most Reverend Alexander Ibezim, restated that dying at the age of 90 is an uncommon grace and thanked the family for taking good care of their father at his old age. He urged all to make Jesus Christ king of their lives in order to earn salvation. After his interment, his son, Chief Matthew Nzekwe, and daughter, Mrs. Mary Okolo, said they wished their father stayed longer to enjoy the fruits of his labor, describing him as a loving family man who left peace, honesty, and other virtues as legacies.
for a long time. So, one day by food poison about the 4 years. We did the way neighborhood not out for to
Paying condolence to the bereaved family, the traditional ruler of Umuawolo, Igwe Joel Egwuonwu, the member representing Oyi constituency in the Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Innocent Ojike, illustrious son of Umuawolo, Chief Azubike Ekwozo, and former Oyi local government chairman of APGA, Chief Onochie Mbueshina, urged the family to hold on to legacies of the deceased.
Take heart and know that his God is giving and his God is taking. So today we are here to stay with them, to console them, so that they will know that they have people behind, no matter that their father have departed from them, and they will have someone like us around them, and that's why we are here.
Speaking on behalf of Umuawolo ambassadors, the Secretary General, Mr. Ifeanyi Ekemezie, said the deceased lived life worthy of emulation and impacted so much on the children, and encouraged those he left behind to continue living out his legacies. Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, Deputy Speaker of the Anambra State House of Assembly, Pius Okoye, were among those that commiserated with the family of the deceased. From Umuawolo, Enoka South local government area, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
And that's just about it on the news this morning. But before we go, a quick reminder that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on X at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And a quick recap of our major stories. Anambra State government celebrated the elderly, people living with disabilities. Traditional ruler of Omo, Igwe Chidume, has called Ndi Anambra to join effort to upgrade ABS. Media practitioners have been taxed on investigative journalism. And we're told on the foreigners in the Hamas attacks that have triggered exodus of foreign workers from Israel. To end the news, here is a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy, and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news this morning. Thank you for joining us. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Good morning.